Well, can anyone guess what that is? I guess if you looked at the title of the video, you know what it is. Gas tank. The gas tank on the truck has started leaking. It's leaking on the bottom. And so, at first I thought if it was trying to leak on the side, I'd get it low on gas and clean it up, patch it with some gas tank patch. But since it's leak on the bottom, you really can't get it clean and prevent gas from getting to the patch stuff to, you know, make it a good bond. So tank was only like 60 bucks. It was actually cheaper than I thought it was, or cheaper than I thought it would be when I was thinking about patching it. When I saw it was 60 bucks, I was like, well shoot, 60 bucks, might as well just replace it. So we're gonna get up under there. We're gonna have to remove the shield. Remove the shield. You can see where it's wet. And once we get the shield off, we can get the straps and the lines off, and we're gonna let it down. I did not order a sending unit. This sending unit works. Let's just hope it's all in good shape and that we don't end up needing a sending unit. So let me get busy. I'll probably we might jack up one side of the truck. Probably what we'll do is we'll jack up this side just a little bit and just make it a little easier to get in there and work and get the old tank out and the new one in. So let me get it jacked up on this side, and then we'll get some tools, and I'm going to go ahead and remove that little plastic, I don't know if you call it skid plate or whatever, shield off the tank so we can see the straps. And we'll also look at where we need to undo the lines. The little joints on my Gorilla Pod clone broke, so we improvised. Seems to work pretty good now. These are the cheap part. I bought a pack of those Harbor Freight clamps. Don't buy them, they strip out easy, but hey, they work for this. So let me put you on the tripod. This stuff for this prayer. Rust breaker. This is a Harbor Freight. It's their, I think it's earthquake ratchet wrench. The impact ratchet wrench. Works really good. It's really tight. That's really good. It's not that tight now. Well, yeah, it's pretty tight. You can use it as a regular ratchet too. They probably use oil. Let's see, I don't know how many bolts hold this thing on. One thing I like to do is I like to take and put my bolts and stuff inside the jack stand like that. They don't roll off. We got one over here. Let's see. Oh, we got one over here. And probably one on the other side. On the other end. This looks like. I'm going to get the as well. Oil on this thing. Pull off the whole thing. Alright, that seems better. These are while it's a little bit. I don't know. some air tools as often as I should. There we go. Now it works like I remembered it. Put those in there. Let's see. There's one on this end. Yep. I need an extension for this one. It's right where the emergency brake cable is. I've actually got the emergency brake on. This might be difficult. Let me get an extension. All right, let's see. I'm gonna leave it tight. Oh, we got one here. That one's tight. I have my list of air hoses I like, and the further out I have to extend my air hoses, the worse they get. So I'm at the point on the far edge of the shop, furthest from the compressor, with an air hose that doesn't like to bend, and a fitting that leaks. And this thing is turning. It's a bracket that's turning that's bolted to the frame with a nut that's welded on the bracket. But the whole bracket's turning, so I'm trying to hold the bracket. When it's a vice grip to hold the bracket, you've got a bracket here. It's going to turn. Air fittings. I made a review for a video. Didn't watch it. Didn't watch later. Of how to repair air tool fittings. I want to watch that. Let's see. And look, make sure the sun's shining right where I can't see. I'm knocking dirt down my eyes. All right. I guess this comes off before the tank. Put another bracket on the side here. I'm not dirt in my eyes. I can't see. I can't see the note of the dirt because there's no room in here. Yeah, there's a bracket here on the side. So I think what we're going to do is we've got the bolts. This bracket that's on the side I think is attached to the tank itself. Maybe not. Let me get a wrench. We got two brackets on the side. So let me get a ratchet wrench. It'd work good for these. And I'll show y'all. Let me turn the light on and I'll show y'all. So up in here. Well, it looks like the edge of a bolt that's just sticking out. Now that I have some light and can see, that one's not fastened, and that one is. Let's take that one out. I'm pretty sure we put a tank on this thing. I can't imagine we wouldn't have put all the bolts back in. Yeah, but I don't think this shield is coming off without the tank. I think the tank's gonna have to come off first. I think that's all part of the support bracket that's holding the tank up. So I think we're good now to just go ahead and pull to unbolt the little straps. Well, they're not really straps on here, the brackets. And the bracket is those right there. There is a strap that holds the tank to the bracket, but on here, to get the tank out, you got to take the bracket off. And we'll leave this. I mean, we did have to take these off. We probably could have left the bottom ones, other than it's easier to undo the bottom ones when the tank's not sitting on the bottom. So, but those ones that are on the side, on the other side, they'll be easier to get off once the tank is off. Like I said, there's another one we would have had to have undone. So we've got 4 bolts here. I'm going to take those off, and then 4 bolts there. Those have to come off, but I'm going to go ahead and get a jack under here supporting the tank before I do that. And the lines for the tank we will get once we lower the tank a little bit. This is going to be a little bit tricky, a little bit hard to get to. I really wish they would run rubber lines to the longer rubber lines to the tank, but I'll show you. You can see them in there, but we're going to have to get up on top of the tank and get those undone after we start to drop it. So not much room to work in there, but it's doable. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a jack under it. I'll start taking those bolts out, and then I'll continue on when I start lowering the tank down. Alright, the more I looked at those lines, there's not really any slack in them, so I think we're gonna go ahead and pull the bed off, or pull it back. It'll be easy with the Bobcat, as long as the bolts aren't too hard to get off. I'm gonna go ahead and spray all of them down and get the impact on them and see if I can get them to break loose. Probably need a little wiggle joint on these, but we'll see if we can get them loose. There should be, I think, 6 bolts, if I remember right. Hold it on. 1, 2, and then 4, and then the back 6, and then our vent line on the differential, and our filler neck, which I think we can unbolt from here. We'll just undo these bolts and let that stay with the truck, or I can probably just undo these, actually, these small ones. Let that stay with the truck, and then electrical back here. This plug, which we can go ahead and unplug. And I'll take a screwdriver and undo that. That'll do it for the lights. We got to fix some trailer wiring here. This looks like probably a ground. That needs to get fixed anyway. We got more trailer wiring junk here. old plug. Well, we'll get that sorted out and get this mess out of the way. And the other two bolts back here should be right inside the frame well, right here. Oh, right here. So we've got 8 bolts. I think a short bed 6 bolts. So let me get these all out, and we'll get the bobcat and lift the bed up. Alright, so I remember having this issue on my C10. If you look right in there, the bolts are stripping out of the bed, or at least that one did. I remember on my C10 what I did is I tack welded the bolts to the bed. I hate to do that on here, but I kind of think that's where we're at. I don't know, unless I just cut the bolts off, then I would have to find bolts. I don't know of any other real way to do it. I guess I could weld a nut on top of the... I could weld a nut on top and then hold it with a wrench or something, but I don't have any help. So I think my best bet is go ahead and drive that one back down into the bed, or turn it and then let it drop down or whatever. Get it back down in the bed and tack it, and then just go and tack the other ones. And I can hit them with some paint, some red paint where they are. I have a bed mat that goes in here, and I've thought about having bed liner put in, you know, spray in. So and you know, this bed, it's in good shape for what it is. It's not, like I said, it's not a perfect bed.